Welcome to Learning Options with Simone. This is a beginner-friendly step-by-step approach to mastering the options market. The first tutorials are short but so important to understanding how the option market works that it may be beneficial to review the contents multiple times and even memorize some of the simple concepts presented. Once you have a full understanding, then proceed to the next lesson. Let's jump right into the first lesson. Lesson 1. Defining options and what it means to buy a call and a put. What is an option? Options are legally binding agreements or contracts between two people to buy and sell stock at a fixed price over a given time period. There are two types of options: calls and puts. A call option gives the owner the right, not the obligation, to buy the stock at a specific price over a given period of time. Notice the word owner. Owners have rights. A put option gives the owner the right, not the obligation, to sell the stock at a specific price over a given period of time. Again, notice the word owner. Owners have rights whether they are buying calls or puts. Now let's take a look at these statements once again, in an outline form, focusing on a few of the other key words. To a buyer, call options represent the right to buy stock. Now look at the difference between buying calls and buying puts. Unlike calls, the put option represents the right to sell stock. Emphasis on the word sell. Both calls and puts can be bought and sold at a fixed price. As we will learn later, this fixed price is determined by what is called the strike price when looking at an options table. The given period of time is determined by the expiration date of the option. All options have expiration dates. These can be either monthly or weekly. Don't be too concerned with expiration dates and strike prices, as these will be covered soon in another lesson. What is important to note here is the relationship between a call and the right to buy, and a put and the right to sell. Now, let's take a look at some basic terminology to prepare us for the next lesson. When you hear the word long, it means owning a financial asset like a stock or an option. You may hear it used in the following sentences: I'm long 100 shares of Microsoft, or I am long the 25 strike puts of Microsoft. This just means that you own the shares or the options. Now let's look at what we haven't covered yet in the shaded text. Being short means that you are the seller of any financial asset such as stocks or options which you do not own. This may seem a little confusing at first, but it will be explained in the following lesson. All you need to know right now is the meaning of the term short and how it is used. You may hear, I'm short 100 shares of Microsoft, or I'm short the 25 strike call. So now, let's put all we have learned into a simple table. Along the left side we have each type of option, calls and puts. Along the top we have whether we own the option, called being long, or if we open a trade as a seller of an option, which is called being short. As a buyer of a call you have the right to buy stock. As a buyer of a put you have the right to sell stock. We can also be short a call when we open a trade by selling a call. Here we have an obligation to sell stock. And finally we can be short a put when we open a trade by selling a put. Here we have an obligation to buy stock. Both quadrants on the sell side are shaded for now because we haven't actually covered what it means to be short an option. Even though all of this may seem quite confusing at first, it will become clear as we move forward. Even so, take the time to memorize this simple graphic, since this is basic knowledge that will lay the foundation for further study. It may seem rather tedious to be spending time learning course material about options when you just want to start trading. This is understandable, but keep in mind that a solid knowledge base will be worth developing, especially when you are in an actual trade and something unexpected happens that you do not fully understand. This solid foundation of knowledge can be relied upon in these situations, and you will draw on this information time and time again. There should be no surprises when you are trading options, and basic knowledge will allow you to take the proper action when needed without any confusion or hesitation. When you have reviewed this lesson and understand it thoroughly, go ahead and proceed to the next lesson.